Hey guys, Alicia here. In this video, I'm continuing just a little mini series talking about analytics. I want to introduce you guys more to this if you're not familiar, and I just want you to start thinking about and understanding, what analytics is, what it looks like, what you can find in there. I'm showing you my mom blog from last year, energyformoms.com, so that you can just kind of have an idea, give you an example of some of the stuff that's in here. Alright, so here's an overview. I like to start with behavior. This section is all about what people did. I don't have events or goals set up, and so this is going to be all about content. It's all about which pages got the most traffic. Alright, so as I was just saying in the other video, I posted in a couple of link parties at Modern Mrs. Darcy where she was saying everybody share what books you've been reading, and so I was sharing my list of books because I was blogging a lot about what I'm reading, and so some of the posts that did the best were, you can see a lot of people went to my homepage because I was getting the word out. So this one did really well, 1 month, 3 things I'm learning. This one was a Facebook. I shared that post on Facebook and it got reshared and it did well. Start here, that's in my main navigation, and I kind of, based on my blog design, I've switched up the blog now, but I was, trying to point people to go to that page if they're new. So I had a lot of new people and that page was there, and so I know that people were finding the page. So there you go, success. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted people to find that page, and it looks like people who found that page were 4 minutes average time on site. That's good, and a lower bounce rate. So it's good as you look at these different pages. You want to think about if you know why that page got a lot of visits, and you want to see, did people leave based on that page? How much time did they spend there? The percent exit is if people left from that page, if that was the last page that they watched. And if it was the last page that they watched, but it was also a page with a high bounce rate, then it's more about the bounce rate. Yeah, so that's all pages, how much people saw any page, right? Okay, so this is landing pages. This is how many, the top pages that people actually started at my site on that page. And the higher your bounce rate, the more these two lists are going to be very similar to each other. And if I want to do a secondary dimension here for acquisition, I can do source medium, kind of the opposite of what I did in the other video, and see, by the pages, where did they come from? Okay, so directly was a lot. Referral from, because I had up on my site, this is my blog, and then I also had my email going through that. I don't know. You can identify straight. If there are things that you're like, oh, why is that? Then you want to look in and think, what's on that site? Is there a link that's sending people? Modern Mrs. Darcy, that's where I was sharing books that got clicked. So there's direct to the homepage, and then there's Facebook to the homepage, which I was saying people would look up and say, oh, who talk to me on Facebook and go, oh, Alicia, I want to go look at her blog, and they'll click, and those usually a little bit higher quality traffic, people who are going to read more pages and be more interested because they're really looking for me and what I was writing. And then Facebook, I remember that, and then this from Pinterest. So, alright, let's see what else. Events are really cool. I did not have them set up on this site, but if you've got, you really want to start thinking about, as you get into analytics, you want to think about goals and just like for each page, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to sign up for your email? Do you want them to click to see a sales page? Do Do you want them to comment on your post? You need to think about what you most want them to do. And the temptation is to put all of those on a page, but really you're going to be more successful focusing on one goal that you really want to happen. And however you do that, you do want to, I'll get into this, but events, just so you know, be thinking about the fact that with analytics, if you want to get into it, and you, especially if you want better, more accurate data for your average session duration, and for your bounce rate, you can get better data for that if you've got events for if somebody watches a video, or if somebody clicks to join your newsletter, or different things. So if you have things where like they accomplish the action and then that page ends up being, an exit page, that's okay. If they took the action and then they exited, then don't worry about your exit percentage. So knowing that events really can nuance how you read your traffic and how many pages that they viewed or whatever. If they only viewed a few pages, but they signed up for your newsletter, well, that's awesome. That means that they said, oh, I'm not going to read more right now, but I want more by this person, right? So events is something that I will do a whole nother video about. Alright, that is an introduction to behavior in analytics and some of the terminology. Here's a crazy diagram. Behavior flow is kind of crazy, but it shows you where people were and then where people left your site. We'll get to that later. But I want to start doing some of these videos to help you guys understand the terminology and to see what it looks like and to be thinking about what you would do with this information.